Hey friends, in this video, we are going to be talking about our vocabulary strategy for the week, which is synonyms. And so what you will need are just your listening ears and your looking eyes. So what are synonyms? So synonyms are words that have the same or almost the same meanings. So on page 5, we're going to read this little short section right here. It says, we are in Washington, D.C. It is the capital of the United States, said Anna to Mama and her little sister, Sarah. Let's look at this word little. Now, little can mean small or tiny, but in this sentence, little is another word for younger. So if we were to replace the word little with younger, it would still make sense. It is the capital of the United States, said Anna and Mama to her younger sister. So synonyms are words that when we swap them out, they still mean the same thing. So let's look at a couple examples to really make sure we understand this. So on page 6, right, it says, the next morning, Anna and Sarah were holding a large map. Now, some words that also mean large, if we look at the picture, we can kind of figure out what large means. Because if we look at the map, this map is super duper big. And so we know that one of the words that we could use for large is big. Another word that we could use is huge. Anna and Sarah were holding a huge map. Another word that we could use is also giant. Anna and Sarah were holding a giant map. Let's look at another example. Our other example is on page 15, and it says, who lives in this beautiful house? Now, what do you think? What are some words that we could use as a synonym that means the same thing as beautiful? Some words that I could use, that I came up with that we could use is pretty, who lives in this pretty house? Cute, who lives in this cute house? And gorgeous, who lives in this gorgeous house? All of these words are synonyms for the word beautiful. Let's look at one more example in the story together. Our last example from the story comes from page 18. And it says, teachers talk to children when they argue, Anna said. And so if we think about what it means when people are arguing, what words could we use to replace argue? What are some synonyms? What words mean the same as argue? Some words that I have, that I came up with are yell. Teachers talk to children when they yell. Disagree. Teachers talk to children when they disagree. And fight. Teachers talk to children when they fight. So now that we've looked at 3 different examples of synonyms, now it's your turn. I'm going to show you a sentence, and I want you to come up with your own synonym to put in that sentence. So our first sentence is, thank you for this wonderful day. Now, the word that we need to find a synonym for is wonderful. What is another word that you could use for wonderful in this sentence? Now, your answer may be different than mine, and that's okay. One sentence that I came up with, one synonym that I came up with was great. So if I put the word great instead of wonderful, it still makes sense. So instead of thank you for this wonderful day, it's now saying thank you for this great day. And they still mean the same thing. Let's look at the next one. These trees are a gift from Japan. Gift is the word that we need to find a synonym for. What is a word that means the same thing as gift? The synonym that I used in my sentence was, these trees are a present from Japan. So I used the word present to replace gift. Our last example. I am so excited to see the White House. Excited is the word that we need to find a synonym for. What is a word that means the same as excited? The word I came up for in my sentence was, I am so happy to see the White House. And so always remember, friends, that sometimes when we see a word, we can always think of other words that mean the same thing, and we can always swap out some words and still have the same meaning of our sentence.